50 Cent has finally lifted the veil and disclosed the staggering amount he spent to shut down Big Meech's tour. And let me tell you, the figure is enough to leave you speechless. After all the back and forth between these two, 50 had remained relatively quiet about the behind-the-scenes dealings. Until now. We're finally getting the details straight from him, and the cost of canceling that tour might just surprise you. Let's start with the concert itself. Big Meech's Welcome Back concert was scheduled for February 13, 2025 at the Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. The event was planned as a grand celebration of Meech's release after serving a 15-year sentence. This was set to be a huge moment in the hip-hop world. Big Meech had been convicted for running a massive criminal enterprise that stretched from Atlanta to Detroit and beyond. His story even inspired a popular TV show, which has been filmed in Atlanta. After nearly 20 years behind bars for drug trafficking and operating a criminal network, Big Meech was finally free. The concert lineup featured major names in the industry, including Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, Moneybagg Yo, and Boozy. With such a star-studded roster, the event was shaping up to be one of the biggest celebrations in hip-hop. Rick Ross himself hyped it up, saying, "February 13th. Get your tickets now, it's going to be legendary. Florida, Miami, Detroit, St. Louis, California, Atlanta, everyone's pulling up. History will be made." But just hours before the event was set to begin, everything collapsed. The Amerant Bank Arena announced the concert's cancellation on social media, citing unforeseen circumstances. However, no one knew what those circumstances were, and speculation immediately took over the internet. Despite the sudden cancellation, the buzz surrounding the event had already made waves in the hip-hop community. Fans had been eagerly waiting for the show, making it one of the most highly anticipated moments of the year, with everything unraveling. At the last minute, people began questioning what really went on behind the scenes. Several theories started circulating. Cent didn't hold back, throwing shade and claiming that Lil Baby had backed out. According to him, Lil Baby pulled up in a Ferrari truck, pockets full of cash, yet contributed nothing to the concert. Tony Yayo backed up this claim, saying, "We were chilling at your house, and you straight up said, 'Lil Baby didn't give me any money.' He came through in a Ferrari truck, had his pockets loaded, but didn't put anything towards the show. Honestly, Lil Baby didn't owe you anything. But maybe 50 should have given Meech a little something, maybe some cash or a watch, like Rick Ross did." And it didn't stop there. Boozy was caught up in the drama as well. Word on the street was that he spent over $10,000 preparing for the concert, only for it to get canceled, without any explanation. He revealed, "I had to hustle, going club to club, strip club to strip club, trying to make some money. I spent on hotels, flights, and bringing my family along. In total, I had about 12 people drive down in 3 cars, and I flew. I had to book Airbnbs, hotels, buy clothes, easily spent over 10 grand, and Meech didn't even give me an explanation for what happened. It was his show, and yet nothing." Cent then hinted that more artists might have pulled out than what was publicly known. He posted, "Y'all are gonna be disappointed when Lil Baby, Skilla Baby, and I Swear Vedso don't show up." This raised even more questions. Was the whole event just crumbling behind the scenes? And then things got even messier. People started speculating that Big Meech might have been expecting free performances from these artists. When Sexy Red tweeted, "Where the welcome home party at? I want to perform for Def Jam." It made some wonder. Was she offering to perform for free? And if so, was Meech expecting the same from other artists? All of this drama led to serious criticism of Big Meech. Some accused him of relying on his status in the hip-hop community to get favors rather than handling business properly. Of course, nothing has been confirmed, but the speculation is rampant. The situation unfolded entirely on social media, fueling more gossip and heated discussions. So, what really caused the concert to be canceled? Some believe artists backed out because their teams weren't getting paid. Others think it was a promotional issue. After all, these artists are known to sell out arenas. They perform at Rolling, Loud, and the biggest festivals. But if the business wasn't handled correctly, or if management stepped in and said, "This is a free show, we're not getting paid," that could explain why the truth is likely somewhere in the middle of all the rumors. But one thing is clear, the tension between them is growing. Now, let's get into how 50 Cent actually played a role in shutting this event down, and how much it cost him. After the cancellation, rumors swirled that 50 Cent was behind it all. And given his history with Big Meech, it wasn't far-fetched. 50 has long been associated with Meech's BMF, Black Mafia family story, having produced the hit BMF series on Starz. However, the relationship between them has been rocky, and at times it seemed like Meech wasn't entirely happy with how he was portrayed in the show. Then came the financial aspect. Allegedly, 50 Cent used his industry connections and deep pockets to pull the strings behind the scenes. Multiple sources claim that 50 paid off certain artists and organizers to step away from the concert. In other words, he financially incentivized them not to perform or be involved in the event. How much did he spend? According to insiders, 50 shelled out over $1.2 million to quietly disrupt the concert. That money reportedly went into securing key players in the event, whether that meant buying out contracts, covering losses for artists who backed out, or ensuring the venue wouldn't proceed with the show. But why would he do this? Well, 50 Cent has built an empire on control and strategy. The BMF series is one of his major projects, and he likely didn't want Big Meech regaining public influence in a way that could overshadow his show. Plus, let's not forget, 50 thrives on competition and feuds. If there was an opportunity to flex his power in the industry, he took it. After the concert was canceled, 50 Cent didn't hold back on social media. He posted, "I told y'all that show wasn't happening, LOL. Y'all keep playing with me. This is business, not personal." This led to a major divide in public opinion. Some fans called him out for sabotaging another man's moment, while others respected his ruthless business mindset. Boozy, still furious over his wasted tens of dollars, later commented, "I don't know what's going on with this Meech and 50 thing, but it's wild. If 50 really spent $1 million to stop that show, that's some next-level power move." Even industry insiders were shocked. A promoter in Atlanta stated, "50's got the money and the connections to do this. He's been around too long. If he doesn't want something to happen, he'll find a way to make sure it doesn't." Now, whether or not this $1.2 million figure is fully accurate, one thing is certain: 50 Cent had a hand in the downfall of this event. The timing, the money, and his unapologetic attitude all point to him playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. This wasn't just about stopping a concert. It was a power move, a demonstration of control over an industry where influence is everything. Think about it. 50 Cent has a history of making calculated, high-stakes decisions that ultimately benefit his brand. Whether it's his long-running feuds with artists like Ja Rule, where he once famously bought out 200 front-row seats at a Ja Rule concert just to keep them empty, or his strategic investments in television and business, 50 moves with purpose. And in this case, if the reports are true, he was willing to spend big just to prove a point. But what exactly was that point? Some believe it was a matter of pride. 50 Cent has been the face of the BMF series for years, crafting a narrative that he controls. A direct challenge from Big Meech, the man whose story he's telling, could have created tension between the real-life figure and the dramatized version. It's one thing to produce a show about a crime empire, but it's another to have the empire's real leader re-enter the conversation and potentially challenge how their story is being told. Others argue that this was just business. In Hollywood and the music industry, branding is everything. If Big Meech had successfully re-established himself as a major player, it could have affected the perception of BMF, the show, and even its future seasons. Networks invest millions into controlling narratives, and having an unpredictable variable like Meech publicly reclaiming his image might not have sat well with executives, or with 50 himself. So, what's next? Well, Big Meech hasn't responded directly, but those close to him suggest he's looking at other ways to make his mark post-prison. His influence hasn't faded, and despite being locked up for years, his name still carries weight in hip-hop, pop culture, and even Hollywood. Whether he'll address the drama with 50 remains to be seen, but if history has taught us anything, it's that silence in this industry often means moves are being made behind the scenes. What would that look like? Would he attempt to tell his own story outside of the 50s version? Maybe a documentary or book? Could he link up with other industry figures to counterbalance 50's influence? Or would he take a more subtle approach, rebuilding his network and letting actions speak louder than words? One thing's for sure, 50 Cent just sent a loud message to the entire industry. If I don't want something to happen, it won't happen. And if that's the case, anyone looking to challenge his control better be ready to play at his level. If this situation proves anything, It's that power in the industry isn't just about money. It's about influence, strategy, and knowing when to make a move. 50 Cent played his cards, but will Big Meech respond? And if he does, how will that shake up the game? Let us know what you think. Was this a smart business move or just another power flex? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.